Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Maybe taking a little break from all the Christmas stuff. I haven't cleaned up what I was working on before I started the stream. Haha. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Christy. I figured we'd just chit chat since I'm early, but I just wanted to make sure that everything was working a-okay. So I figured I would just chat with you guys for a minute while I finish putting a couple of things together. Hi, Kat. For those two dots, does that mean you're asking me a question? You'll be working, mostly lurking. Okay, cool. Well, you can come back and watch. How's the picture, you guys? Is it grainy? And clearly I can move this way a little. There's that. I'm wondering what the lag will be today. It looks good. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? I'm not good with last names, but I think Cheryl. Are you the Cheryl where this came from? I think it might be. Thanks, Kat. I showed you guys this, and there's a little one that goes with it is around here somewhere. Okay, Christy, you can practice on paper. Print it out on paper. Oh, Sheila, I'm sorry. I think this might be waiting for Cheryl to answer me and tell me if she made this. No, oh, different Cheryl. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Sandra's at the nail shop. You getting your nails all pretty, Sandra? So I'm just going to make a couple more of these little dudes that I was working on while we wait for others to join, because like I said, I wasn't going to come on until 5. So I'm a little early. Yes, I have Spectrum as well, Sheila. Yes, I do. I feel your pain. You know, after living in Alaska for so long, I thought, well, we're moving back to America. We'll have good internet, good cell phone service, you know. Oh, thanks, Sheila. I'm just making some ephemera. I was trying to kill some time before I came on, and I never have ephemera when I need it. So, well, Sandra's getting the whole works done today. You go, girl. So yeah, I'm just making some bits here, and then I'm going to run them through the sewing machine. And some can be tags or tucks, or you know what we do. Hi, Donna. And then in about 6 minutes at 5 o'clock, we'll get started on our project. How are you, Donna? Are you home? Are you back home now? What's everybody working on today? don't usually craft with a camera, so I'm guessing that half of what I'm doing is going to be over my lap and not under the camera. And so, oh good, I'm glad you're home. If you guys can't see what I'm doing, please someone yell at me in caps. Johnny, we can't see what you're doing. Right now it doesn't matter because I'm just goofing around right now, but when we get going on making our cover. Yeah, I know I had a lot of people say that they were really sorry they couldn't come today. They had other pre-holiday type stuff going on, and that's okay. They can come back and watch the replay. That's fine. Hey, Susan, how are you? You've been sorting magazine cuts out all day. Oh boy. Well, at least you weren't sorting napkins. There's that. But that doesn't sound like a fun job at all. Art Hazel is in full swing. What's, Donna, what is that? I don't know what that is. Is Betty within hearing distance, Susan? So if I say hi, Betty, can she hear me? Oh, you're heading out in a few? Okay. But thank you for stopping in, Donna. Are you working on a glue book, Sheila? It's a huge Miami Art Festival. Well, who knew? I don't leave the house. Oh, hi, Betty. Hi, how are you, Betty? Are you helping Popo sort? I'm just making bits while I kill time until 5 o'clock because I don't want to start early and then have anybody mad at me. Let me tell you guys, try to hang around until we're done or come back because I'm going to give you guys a sneaky discount code for my Etsy shop when we're done, and it's only going to be good until midnight tonight. So there's that. I thought that would be fun. I was like, I want to give them something. I thought that would be cool. Oh, that's funny, Christy. All right, so if anybody has a bad picture or it's blurry or I'm too far away, speak now so I can fix it, pretty please, before we get started. That way I'm ahead of the game. Okay, Betty, you lurk. You lurk away, girlfriend. We know you're out there lurking. Well, if you come, Donna, if you come back and watch the stream of this before midnight, you'll get the discount code. Okay, and it's going to be super sneaky. Oh no, Susan, did you get a pink rock? Oh dear. Oh dear. Hi, Rhonda. All right. Oh, I got one more minute. I can do one more. Quickly. So So does anybody have all the supplies? Or are you guys just going to watch? I'm curious. If you guys are just going to go watch, I can go faster. But if you guys have all the supplies, I can go slower. You just got home from the great junk hunt. Oh, what'd you get? Donna's like, hurry up, get going before I have to leave. All right, I'll get going here. 1 second. These little things are addicting. Super fun and super easy to make. Yeah. Okay, I'll pick this up. $18.90 album for $10. No way. I'm guessing you will do a flip through of it and show us on your YouTube channel. Yes, Rhonda? Just watching? Okay. All right, so let's do this. So I'll get going here. If anybody is crafting along and wants me to slow down, just holler at me and say, hold up, slow down. If you have any questions, right, Susan? I know. It was short notice. I know. If you have a question, feel free to type in caps, please, because I don't want to miss any questions. Hi, Danette. How are you? And let me get my screen situated. Oh, Susan's going to hide the pink rock in the guest room. All right, so if you're here and you didn't see yesterday's video, there is a supplies list in the description box below if you're looking for anything you see me use. I'm going to use an old book first. We're going to do it that way first. And then we'll see how I'm feeling, see what you guys are thinking and feeling before I do another one with the Masonite board. All right. So the first thing, let's talk about the printable fabric, because that seems to be the one thing that everybody has questions on. And it's no different than putting a piece of paper in your printer, man. Let me get a piece out here. So one side is a fabric. The other side is paper. And I know it's hard to see on camera. I'm trying to get it so you guys could see the green of it. Anywho, this is this. I just printed on it. That's it. I mean, you just put it in your printer and away you go. You don't have to change any paper settings or anything. The only thing, like I was talking about yesterday, is do not try to do borderless printing on this. It will jam up your printer. It'll probably ruin your printer. It makes a mess, so just don't even try it. Don't even try it. All right. So if you know how to resize an image, great. You know, to make it fit whatever you're going to use. So if I took this book that we're going to use and I lay it down on here, I want it to be at least 1/4 inch bigger all the way around, so that when I fold it, that on this very inside edge, when we fold it in right here, you'll see that same pretty fabric. You won't see the white. Hello, Laura. Hello, Carla. Anybody else I missed? Christy, you're so funny. All right, so just know that this is a digi in my shop. It is not, I mean, it's in there just for this reason. If you guys want it, it's super pretty. It's you know, Victorian photo album, and I left the metal on it when I scanned it. So that's the back. This is the front, and then I did 2 different spine pieces, and I've just got copies. All right, so number 1, take your paper, put it in your printer, print out your images. Practice on a blank piece of paper first. All right. So just print out whatever you think you're going to use, and we're going to gut this book in just a second. All right. But print out on a plain piece of paper whatever you think you're going to use, and then take it, pretending that this is our book cover. Take it, measure it, fold it over the edge, make sure it's all nicey perfect before you waste a piece of this, because it is a little bit pricey. Those Amazon links that I left in the description below, those prices, the Amazon prices for this printable paper are way better than you'll find in any craft store, I promise, because it's not a cheap item. All right, so I printed the image out, and like I said, don't change any settings or anything on your printer. Just print as it was normal paper, and they print out beautifully, and here they are. All right, then after you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to just peel the paper. Let's see if I can get this one started, because I've already done it on the others. You're going to peel the paper right away from the fabric. See, fabric, paper. You're going to peel that off. Then go get your heat and bond, and I happen to have it in the roll. Get your heat and bond. After you've peeled the paper off of your fabric, iron the fabric onto the heat and bond. Okay, iron it good. Iron the front, iron the back, let it cool, and then iron it again to make sure it's stuck good. And I've already done that to all of these to save time. So these all have the heat and bond on them. And the reason I use the heat and bond is this. Because it's fabric, and I want to use Fabrifix or Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1, you know, one of these acetone-based glues. For my person, is it okay if I change the color of a digi? You can change it, Sheila. Anyway, by putting the heat and bond on there, and I haven't peeled the paper off yet, it gives you a barrier. It completely seals the fabric so you can use this glue, and it won't come through. All right, so any questions on printing or ironing on your heat and bond or anything like that, let them rip while I got this book real quick. Oh, are we talking about that digi for this is pink? Poor Susan. Susan, I'll make you your very own digi, not pink, okay? Promise. All right, I'm not sure if this is going to be how to get a book or how not to get a book. We're about to find out. Whew. How to get a book. It went well. All right, so I just cut that out. I'm going to trim off these little edges here. Tell me I didn't cut that spine. Okay. So here's the trick. We're going to disassemble this book because that's the way we have to do it for this. So you see here where the gussets are? We're going to cut it right at the very edge of the cover. All right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just, you know, try and get it straight. We're going to cut the spine right off. Everybody's probably going, no, don't do it. It's okay. I promise. Same thing on the other side. Just cut it right off. I'm waiting for you guys to start heckling me. I've never done this live before. A little bit on the nerve-wracking side, not gonna lie. All right, making sure I'm not missing any questions. Hi, bro. Hi, Rosemary. I hope that picture's good for you guys because it looks awful to me. It just looks awful. Laura, heckle, heckle, heckle. All right, so I'm going to cheat. 1 second here. This is me trying to cut a straight line. This is why I don't fussy cut. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, if anybody has questions, like I said, please type them in caps or I'm not going to see them. Trimming all the bits off of the edge of this book here. Kind of just clean it up a little bit. You ever feel like you have 31 people leaning over your shoulder? I do. Where's Brooke Johnny? I don't know where she is. I haven't talked to her in the last day or two. I'm not sure what she's doing. She's probably packing or repacking her pod. Okay, so we have our covers, front and back, and the spine you just took out. You can use this. I'm going to reinforce it. All right, so I've just taken a piece of chipboard, cut it. I did this beforehand. I cut it the same exact size, and I'm just going to glue it right in there. Okay. No, I don't think she needs bail money. I think we're all clear on that front. All right, I'm just going to take my Fabra, whatever. This happens to be Fabra Fix. And my piece of chipboard that is about the same size as that spine. I'm just going to glue it in there. Right? Just going to get it centered. Trim off the little bit that's sticking out. And that's all there is to that. And if you do that, if you cut it off and you're going to reinforce it with another piece, you don't have to keep this part. I just wanted it all to have the same texture. Hi, Brenda. Yeah. Psst. Hey, Brenda. All right, so there's that. We don't need this book anymore. All right, so let's do the covers first, and then we'll do the spine. So there's two ways to do this. One, you can just leave it just like this and glue your fabric on. Or I've got some cotton batting, and because it's a Victorian photo album digi, I kind of wanted to stay with that theme a little bit. And so I wanted to give it some poof. That's my fancy word for the day, poof. You know, so it's squishy. Hey, nutty one. Donna, how are you? I'm glad you made it. So this, like I said, this is the cotton. And so because it's very thin, I'm using two pieces. If you have the poly, which is the white, that's pretty thick, I would only use one piece of that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take some, this doesn't take a lot. I'm just going to take some Fabrifix and run it around there. Nothing fancy. Take that batting, set it on there in the center, push it down. Rosemary, I like the poof too. And then I'm just going to put a couple dots in between the layers. And you got to kind of be quick because it'll soak in. It'll soak in quick and it'll dry quick. So just kind of keep it in place and give it a push. Right? And then I'll do the other side quick. Like that. Okay, grab the wrong, there we go. Did your box come today, Rosemary? Oh, maybe I only mailed it yesterday. I don't remember. My days are getting all mixed together. All right. Now I'm going to make sure that's not sticking off too far. Sorry for my noisy neighbors. Just going to trim off any that's sticking out too far. And if you just got here, if you ask any questions, please ask them in caps or I'm not going to see you. Please yell at me. You have permission. Hottie's my hero. All right, and then the same thing with the spine. That one. But I think I'm only going to put one layer of poof on the spine. Just to be safe. And again, I'm just trimming this up a little bit, getting it straight. Straight-ish. I'm somebody that doesn't fussy cut a straight line. All right. And that should be good. Let me throw a little bit of glue on here. And then we'll be off to the fun stuff. Erin or Keisha, are you out there lurking? I'm doing this specially for you, Keisha. I'm going to teach Keisha how to fold the fabric corners. I know she can come rewatch it. All right, so I only used one layer on the spine. Oh, no clue, Sheila. I cannot help you there. Sorry. All right. Now comes the fun part. Front cover. All right, so here's my front cover. I am going to peel the heat and bond away. And if you start to peel and you notice that the heat and bond is still stuck to the paper, which that's exactly what's happening to me right now. So now let me see if the other one's stuck. Or you guys get to listen to me iron really quick. Please be stuck. Please be stuck. Oh, hi, Angie. Oh, cool. All right, good. Whew, that one's stuck. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but I'm going to hold it up here anyway. Can you see that? The edge, you can see the edge of it right there. All right, and just peel that right off. So now you'll have this real shiny, soft, almost plastic feel to the back. Hi, Marilyn. All right, so this is going to be my front, and it's got the scan of the metal edge from that photo album. So what I want to try and do, and I'm holding this up to the light to try and get it centered. So I want the least amount as possible to come over the edge, so that metal is going to show, but still cover the edge when it's folded, if that makes any sense at all. But I mean, if you're just using a regular image, it doesn't matter. I'm just being fussy. Oh, cool. We'll have to watch that. All right. So I usually just play with it for a minute, see how I want, because I'm making this edge just a little bit closer to the edge so that that metal will show. All right. Now, I don't need all this fabric, so I'm going to trim a little off. And again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight because this is all going to be hidden under your whatchamacallit, your end page. So basically, I'm just going to cut off. Hi, Jean. Just going to cut off all the white. Now that I know I'm okay and I have the room, just going to trim the white off. Oh, you know what? I might have just made a goof. Oh, we'll find out. I think I needed a little bit of the white on that side. Oh, man, you can't take me anywhere. You cannot take me anywhere, people. This way, that way, that way, this way. All right, let's see. Yeah, I done did it to myself. Don't do what I do. Do not do what I do. Stare at that real quick while I turn the iron on to get the other piece. Thankfully, I had a backup. Nobody move. All right, we gotta give the iron a minute, so I'm gonna cut out the back cover while we wait for the front one to be ready. Johnny, what's the picture on? It's printed out on printable fabric, and then it is put on. This is printable fabric. The link is in the description box below. And then it's ironed onto heat and bond. All right, so let's see if I can not make the same mistake on this one. I'm just going to cut this off. So we're going to do the back first, since we're waiting for the iron to heat up. I love that little emoji that you just used, Angie. That's cute. She's like, hello. Okay, so here we're cut out, we're ready. We checked our size, right? Right. All right, so I know, same thing on this one. I want that metal to show, so I'm going to keep it real close to this edge. Let me, if you guys can see better this way. All right, so you see how I've got that? So it's still going to show right on the edge a little bit. Okay. So now let's talk about cutting the corners. You don't want to cut them straight. I'm looking for a pen. So here's what I do. I just put a mark where my corners are. And don't panic because I've got the heat and bond on there, so you won't see this ink through the other side. All right, so that's where my corners are, right? Yep, I did tell you to holler. Don't cut straight like this. I'm going to start at an angle. You're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch and kind of go in a moon shape. You want to stay about 1/4 of an inch from that corner. All right, and do that on all 4 corners. This is not easy to do on camera. I'm all nervous and stuff. And then if it's not close enough, I'll show you how I remedy that once we glue it down. All right, so now, here we go, here we go, here we go. Batting side, face down, right? I got my corners lined up, so I know right where I'm at. I'm good there, I'm good there. All right, I always do the long sides first, because then when it comes to fiddling with the corners, it's easier to maneuver a shorter piece of fabric. All right, and where is my, I have a popsicle stick. Get yourself something that you don't care if you ruin. I'm using a popsicle stick. I'm going to put some Fabrifix on here. Spread it out. If you spread out Fabrifix, it will help you in so many ways. It'll dry faster, you won't get any clumps, and you'll use a lot less. All right, I'm going to fold this edge over, push it down. And just keep rubbing your hand on it for a minute or two, you know, let it get good and seated. Hi, Lucy. I'm using Fabrifix. Fabrifix and Fabri-Tac are the exact same thing, Angie. Dizzy. Marilyn, you're dizzy? Or are you saying hi to somebody named Dizzy? What did I miss? Pandora's Box. I don't think I know you. What is your name? Or is it Dizzy? I'm trying to glue and read chat. That could be very dangerous. All right, and then the other side, same thing. I just keep my popsicle stick on I have that book sitting over here. I just stick it on there. All right, and same thing. Fold this side over. Give it a good rub. Oh, there's Suzanne. All right, so that's what we're looking like so far. Okay. All right. So this is the moment of truth where you can see how wonky your corners are or are not. How bad did I cut them? See, like this side looks like it's good. Ooh. This side, see that's a little bit too close, but it's okay. I can fix that. Dorothy, hi Dorothy. All right, now I'm gonna do this end. Same thing, just get some glue on there. Spread that all around, right up to the edge. And then I'm also gonna put a little tiny dab right where each of those corners are gonna meet. Now this is the tricky part. I do it this way, where I push these in and then push the fabric down. Everybody's got their own way. That's how I do it, just like a Christmas gift. When you're wrapping a package, you know. And see, that one got a little too much fabric. This one almost doesn't have enough. So we're gonna play with it again. I'm not a licensed professional, you guys, but we'll play with it again on the other cover. And then I'm just going to trim that down to take away some of the bulk. Laura is at a craft fair with her mom. Yeah. That sounds like fun. All right, so same thing. And again, I just stand it up, push those corners in, and then fold that down. And then I just get in there. Oh, and that one. Sometimes it takes a time or two to get it right. Give that a good push down. Tuck that corner in. Let's see, am I missing anybody? Am I missing any questions? All right, so there's Poofy number one. How am I? Is that better? And that's going to be the back, right? So the spine will come up to here, and this is going to be the back side. I use the heat and bond to keep the glue from coming through the fabric. Okay. Trust me, trying to iron it to the batting and or the book would just be an absolute nightmare. And it won't stay for very long. It's just a barrier between the glue and the fabric. Was that the question that you had me stop for, Susan? Okay, all right. Now I got the fabric for the front. I'm just gonna trim the edges off. But not all the edges like I did last time. And like I said, you guys, I'm not cutting straight lines, so don't judge me. All right, so here's the front, and off we go. Wait till you guys see how we do the spine. It's gonna blow your mind, and it's super easy. Okay, so just turning it into, yeah, basically. But just so you know, it's just so you can print your own fabric, whatever you want to put on there. Your face, your dog, your, a book you scanned, whatever. But I was trying to find a way to kind of replicate the vintage photo albums, All right, so here we go with the front. All right, so I'm going to show you guys method number 2. Again, I'm just going to dab some glue. Dab some glue on there. Set it down right where I know I want it. Give it a push. All right, so now, instead of drawing those squares like I did before, now I'm just going to cut it with it on there. You see how I stayed just... And it takes practice, and sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I don't. So, and it's better to take less than you, like, stay farther away, because you can always take more, but you can't put it back, man, as we've seen. All right, now I know I can trim a little bit more of this off. And that heat and bond also makes the fabric much easier to handle, instead of it just being a piece of thin, floppy fabric. That is what? That's exactly what I have, Lucy. Just do not try and print borderlessly. I have the Epson Eco Tank 2750. The only thing you should ever try and print borderlessly with it is plain paper. Do not try and do any tea stain. Oh, don't listen to anything Epson says. See this? Inkjet fabric sheets. Any inkjet printer, it will work. You could probably use it. I haven't put it in my laser. I guess I could try. What could possibly go wrong? You know, they have the refurb. Oh, I don't think the 2550 doesn't do borderless, does it? I think I had that and I returned it because it didn't do borderless, and that was my main purpose for getting the Eco Tank, was for my borderless printing. What kind of printer do you have, Laura? When I try and print on vellum, I have to put it in the manual feed tray, and I have to I go like this, and I hold it, I hold the corners and give it a little pressure until it sucks it through. Susan, I think you might be right. All right, let's check these corners, see how I did this time. Oh yeah, that's better. A brother. You know, that's what kind of brother? All right, just spreading out that glue. Same. Fold those down, push it down, and then again, once you flip it over, you can fiddle with it if you want to. Yeah, those are way better. See there? And flat, not bulky. Nicey nice. Yeah, I was telling the girls that we're gonna have a printer 101. Like, let's everybody get together one day. Let's talk about the printers we have. Let's talk about the problems we have. If anybody else has that kind of printer, you know, if they have a remedy for the problem, like a printer town hall meeting or something. I use who'd you buy it? Where'd you buy it through, Lucy? Did you buy it like at a store or Amazon, or, and see there on the edge how that, sorry, the little metal piece is. All right, so there's front and back covers. Easy, right? Now let's give it a spine. So I did print, let me make sure we're heat and bond stuck before I cut these apart. Yeah, we're good. I put 2 pieces of spine fabric on there, just, you know, because I didn't want to waste a sheet. Yeah, what I was going to say was I put that link I put down below to the 2750. If you look, when you click on that link, right underneath or next to the price, you'll see the refurbished model, and that's what I got. I got the refurbished ET 2750, and I got it for $167, you guys. And the ink lasts forever. Like I was saying, I think I fill it twice a year, and it's reasonable. It's reasonable. You bought it at Best Buy? I would go talk to Best Buy. I know they'll probably tell you to call Epson, but I did have trouble with one once, and they just sent me a replacement. Okay, so spine. You want it to be, where are my notes? You want the spine to be same thing, at least at a minimum. Checking my measurements. At a minimum, your print on your fabric needs to be 1/4 of an inch, even to be safer, I'd say 1/2 inch bigger all the way around. Okay, and so we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put some glue on here, and you, like I said, you got to move quick because it soaks into that batting. So just get some on there, and I think I can see through this. I'm just going to flip it over. line it up. Near straight. And give it a good push and rub and love and all that. MFCJ 491 DW. I have a brother MFCJ 584 DW. What did you say yours was? 491. Does yours do 11 by 17, Laura? Hi, Leslie. Oh, that's a great tip, Leslie. Thank you. All right, so I've got the gluey glue all pushed on there, right? Flip it over. This is the easy part. Now fold that down, flush, with the edge of your spine, and then I'm just gonna give it a little crease there and there, just so I can see what I'm working with, and it'll kind of stick to itself and just stay there for a minute. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other end. I'm gonna fold that up, just give it a little crease, because what I want to make sure before I glue this, I want to make sure that you see how you can see, if I scoot this down, see how you can see a tiny bit of white right there? See that tiny bit of white right there? Don't panic, it's okay. And I'll show you why. Just as long as it wasn't sticking up above or below the book. So here's what we're gonna do. Take your glue, same thing. You'll have a line right there where you made that fold. Get some glue on there. And I really, really, really strongly would tell you, please don't try and do this with Mod Podge or art glitter glue. It's not going to work, man. And if it does, it's going to take ages to dry. All right, so first fold that down onto the spine and get that on there good, and make sure it's tight against the spine. All right, and while you're holding it there with your thumb, I'm going to kind of push this at a downward angle. You see how that angles down? And hopefully that'll get rid of the white line that was on the top. If it doesn't, it's fine. We can just clip it and you won't see it once you put your end papers in. All right, and just keep push on that for a minute or two. Make sure it's good and stuck down. Oh boy, can't find my words. Hey, Brooke. And who else? Somebody else just came in. Tammy? Did Tammy just come in? All right, spreading out that glue again. Same thing, fold that right down to the spine. Give it a good push. And I'm just, like I say, I'm pulling that down just a little bit to give it an angle. Another way to get away from doing that is before you do your spine, cut about 1/8 of an inch or a little bit more. Make it just about 1/8 of an inch shorter than your book, and that will alleviate that as well. Just gonna push that down. So you see how these have just a little slant to them. All right, so there's that. Now I'm gonna peek in here. Let's see if I can get this on camera. So you see here how there's a little gap there. I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of glue down in there, just so that I get that edge glued down real good. And I'm just going to push it this way. I'm just pushing on it so I know that the edge of that fabric is glued tight before we go putting the spine to the book. What you up to today, Brooke? Again, just put a little bit of glue in there. Push that down. And away we go. All right. So, voila. Now, a couple of ways to do this next part. Here's what we're going to do. That's going to go there. And that's going to go there. Ta-da! Ta-da! I don't have a ruler. I didn't even need a ruler. How about that? I didn't even need a ruler. Okay, so now when we do this, we want to be able to have room for the book to, you know, move and have a little bit of a gusset. So I'm going to use this piece of masonite board. I'm just going to snug it right up against the edge of the spine. And then I'm gonna, once I have glue on here, then I'm gonna set this down and hold it. Now you can use anything. Here, look, I've got my little cutting board, but you want it to be at least 1/8 of an inch, between 1/8 and 1/4. I wouldn't make it any bigger than 1/4. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is almost 1/4. Or you can also draw a line, right? You can take your ruler like this, make a tick mark right here at 1/4 of an inch, go up here, make a tick mark at 1/4 of an inch, then draw a straight line. Problem with that is if you don't get your book cover exactly on that line, when you close the book and you're like this, you might be able to see that pencil or pen line. Hi, Miss Gigi, if I didn't say hi to you before. Okay, so I want to see how this looks. So I am going to put the glue on here, but I'm going to be real careful to stay away from the top and the bottom, just in case this white is peeking out, because if it is, I can get under there and snip it off, and then I can glue it down. All right, so double check. Here's my little metal side, so I know that's the outside. And I'm just going to run that glue down that edge. And you want to make sure and get right on the very edge. And I use my finger. You can use your popsicle stick if you want to. I use my finger to spread that out, because if that seeps out, you're out of luck, man. It's out on your fabric. All right. And then I get the cutting board pushed right up against the spine. I'm good there. I got my cover. And just kind of eyeball it. I'm gonna have to stand up. Snug it right up. And by using something like this, you know, in between, I know that I'm going to have the exact same distance on the front and back covers from the spine. I'm going to go bake a cake. Well, make me one. I don't know about that, Laura. Last time I checked, I think I was still making about $3 an hour. Yeah, I'm going to close my curtain. I feel like the neighbors are staring at me. All right. And once we get both of these on, if I wasn't doing this with you guys here, can you guys see? Let me see. How's the camera doing? There's a itty bitty tiny bit, I don't know if you can see it, of glue poking out right there. Just let it be. When it dries, you'll be able to rub it off. Just let it be. I say just let it be, and then I touch it. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Make sure I've got the correct side. I do. I should have gotten one to this point because I don't really want to move this once I have the glue on it. But it's okay. And again, right along that edge, because you really want that to stick. I keep a rag wrapped around the arm of my chair, wiping my gluey fingers on. All right, and I get my handy dandy cutting board pushed right up against that edge. And then I'm going to show you another trick. if you go like this or like this, you can make sure that everything is touching here. So make sure everything's touching, you know you're straight, right? Get that. Hi, Mary. Sorry, I got wet glue. Not really looking at the screen. All right, and give that a good push. Now, I am going to flip this. Normally, I would tell you at this point, I would have put a piece of wax paper underneath. All right, now, see that? You see how the white's peeking out? That means I'm just going to pull that right up. That was a boo-boo, but it's a good thing I caught it. Pull it up, put some more glue on it, and I'm going to have to lay that one down, and I might have to go a little bit closer. You don't want the white showing. And the easiest way to keep that from happening is to make your image just a little bit wider. All right. So there we go. We're good. Crisis averted. Thanks, Brooke. All right, so I would have started with wax paper under this, you know, so that glue didn't get on my lovely contact paper. Anyway, and then I would tell you to just pick it up, go set it down, put a heavy encyclopedia or something on it, and leave it be for a couple of hours and let it dry. But I'm not patient. Look at that. Ooh, ah, ta-da. Ta-da. Now, you see in here where you have the white? Well, let's just see what happens if, let me grab, let's see, would that be wide enough? Let me grab something that we could say we were using for an end page, just to show you guys. Who took my ruler that I said I didn't need, that I now need? There it is. There it is. That is 8.5. And that is, okay, one moment. My paper cutter's on the other side of the room. So this is where we pretend that you put your signature block in now, and now you're going to put your end pages on, right? Keep trimming it. Trim, trim. Because we're not doing all that. We're just doing the covers. All right, so if you had your signature block in, and now you are ready to put your end papers in. So I'm just checking to see if there would be any white sticking out. And right there, there's just a tiniest little bit. I don't even know if you guys can see it. So I am going, because I didn't glue that down all the way, I'm just going to lift that edge, and I'm just going to trim that at an angle. Trim that away. I can just do that on all of them anyway. And then I won't have, and as soon as I cut these, I will look up at the screen if I'm missing any questions. I'm gonna put some glue under those edges there. Who are we questioning? So just tucking some glue under those corners that I purposely didn't put a lot of glue in case we had that problem. All right. Okay. So again, so now here's the front. See how nicey nice that looks? There's your poofy spine. And there's your poofy back. Poofy back. And then once you put your end pages in there, excuse me, you are now good. If I had a proper piece of paper cut, but see, you're on all good. All your edges, pretty. It's that easy. Voila. Again, not in screen, Johnny. All right, does anybody think that they can do that? Do you guys think you could accomplish that with my mediocre instruction? Extremely mediocre instruction. Boy, that's dark, isn't it? That didn't help. What made it poofy? Batting. You can rewind. She used some poof. I used 2 layers of cotton batting. You can also use the poly, the thicker poly batting. Why not, Laura? Sure it would. I know you guys can do it. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Hold on, I got to make myself a note. If I say I'm going to do something, by golly, I better write it down, because I'll tell you guys one thing and then I'll do something different. All right, what time is it? It is almost 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to write myself a note. From 6 p.m. to midnight. Okay, today is the 7th of December. Here comes your goodie. Can you do a tutorial on adding end papers with fly leaves? You mean tipping in end pages? I have only done it once and I stink at it. Thanks, Betty. And Popo. Good luck with that. I know Nick teaches tipping in end pages in one of her classes, but I just stink at it. Maybe I'll not tomorrow, because tomorrow's my anniversary and I'm making my husband take me to World Market and dinner, you guys. Anyway, maybe one day this week I can show you guys how, maybe without breaking Nick's rules, maybe I will, I'll put a signature block in here and then I'll come back and show you guys how I put my end pages in. Okay, I can't tip them in. Like I said, I stink at that. But all right, you ready for your treat? Here's your treat. From now, which is 6 p.m. until midnight Eastern Standard Time, and you guys will have to send me an email to make this work. Okay, my email is in the description box below, or you can write it down. It's very simple. Junkjournalshop, all one word, at yahoo.com, or it's down below. 20% off any physical item in my shop. Even if it's already on sale, that's fine. But if you guys want more than one thing, I can bundle it all together. Just email me. Tell me what you want. I'll bundle it all together with your name. Figure out the shipping. So, you know, because Etsy doesn't combine shipping and we have to refund shipping and all that. But if there's anything in my shop you guys want, email me exactly what you want. I will put together a listing for you. I'll give you 20% off. Even if it's already on sale, I'll figure out your shipping and all that. Kind of just like if we were doing a sale, but not really. It's just the shop. Okay? Yeah. I do have mental items, Popo. I'll email you a couple. So digis are what they are, and they're on sale. So yeah, there's that. And so what is in my shop right now? I still have a few of the 100 pages of ledger packs, and I've got the 2 sizes of writing boards, and I've got the love letter packs, and I think there are 2 of those mega bundles left. So, and I will take them in the order they come. If I get your email, I will go directly to my shop, set up your listing, and then I will email you back and say your listing is up. And I'll tell you that sometimes I just give them the listing a name so that your name isn't out there for the world to see. So, yeah. And hi, Kat. And all right, so I hope that helped you guys. I hope you can make a book cover this way. I think it's a fun way to do it when you don't want to cover any of the cover. And that's when I like to do this kind of a spine. When I don't want that strip here covering anything up. Hi, Kelly. So that's why I like to do this spine sometimes. And if you have any questions or you need help, if you've got an image and you want it resized or something, feel free to email me, reach out. If I have time, I will absolutely help you. Okay? What? Hold on, Tammy. Ginger snap. What? Oh, mercy. How did that happen? Hold, please. Let me fix that. How on earth did that happen, you guys? I'm glad somebody brought that to my attention. And what is ginger snap clay? I tell you. All right, how do I, Susan, can I edit my description on here while I'm on here? Edit. There's an edit button. Oh, I can. Look at that. Fancy, fancy. All right, let's see if this works. All right, and it says saving. An error occurred. This is usually temporary. Wait a moment and try again. Seriously, you guys. Oh. Just go to my Etsy shop. You see the link for my Etsy shop? It's not letting me change it while I'm live for some reason. If you just go to www.junkjournalshop.com, that is my Etsy shop. I've linked my website as my Etsy shop. Yeah, it's not letting me change it. I'll have to fix it when we get done here. Yes, very good thing that she saw it. And hi, Jackie, if I didn't say hi. Thank you for the stop sign. Yes, I'm leaving the video up, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right, Rosemary. But yeah, you guys, either just click on the link to my shop or go to www.junkjournalshop.com. Oh yeah, or I could type it in. There's nothing in my shop. Well, there better be. My shop is full of things right now. Yes. Just type in junkjournalshop.com. I don't know why it's going to that other. It's very strange. Is my linker broken? What's happening? The sky is falling. One moment. Let's try my linker this way. I tell you what, I'm not sure about StreamYard right now. Glitches, glitches. That link worked? Okay, thank you. That's interesting, Susan. All right. Is anybody else having any issues? Oh, goodness. And my camera fell down. Guess what that means? I'm now holding it with my hand. Um, okay, ladies, so my camera's in my hand. So we're going to end the stream. I'm going to fix the links. If anybody has any questions, you can get me on email or Etsy. Okay. Okay, Donna, thank you. I'm going to push end now because my arm's getting tired. Bye, guys. Thank you.